Alien Romulus. Oh boy, I have been very excited to talk about this movie. And I did a video on my second channel if you'd like to go see it, where I showed off all the alien popcorn buckets and cool things I bought. But I love the Alien movies. I reviewed all the Alien movies, and I got other plans to do stuff with other Alien movies and videos soon. Or not Alien movies, but other Alien related videos to do at some point when we get more Alien content. I think at the beginning of this movie they teased the Alien TV show, so I think that's something I'm gonna definitely probably work to do. But I do really like Alien quite a bit, right? And so I was very excited for this movie, and I think it was also a hesitant excitement because this is one of those franchise, while there is so much great lore and great stuff in the comic books and novels and games and like even some other movies, there's really only been two great Alien movies. Alien 3 is kind of whatever movie, has some issues. Alien 4 is pretty bad. Prometheus is a very interesting science fiction movie that has a lot to offer, but it's not going to work for everybody. Alien Covenant is not good. So, like, that's majority of the franchise right there. That's 4 movies that are just kind of like, but then you got the first 2 Alien movies, which are great. So, now, I think what was great about the great decision with this movie is to take it away from Ridley Scott. Sometimes that's not always the best call. Like, Dial of Destiny, I think maybe was hurt a little bit by not having Spielberg back, but also not at the same time. I think some franchises don't always work when you take the main creative that revived it. I think James Cameron might have been a good choice if they had to keep a director who was still in the franchise, but he's busy with Avatar stuff. So, Fede Alvarez was a really great choice because he knows how to direct horror really well, work within the budget, and make everything look really good. So, I was very excited about it. The trailers really worked for me, but it also was just like, I don't know if this movie is going to be good, because there's lots of Alien movies that have great trailers and weren't great movies, and there's lots of reasons, but I'm still a fan. At the end of the day, I'm always going to watch these things no matter what, right? So I sat down in the theater with my Alien popcorn buckets, and I sat there, and I looked up, and I just was hooked the whole movie. I think this movie, I'm gonna do some spoilers, but I'm gonna warn you when I do the spoilers. I think this movie's a great concept for an Alien movie. Essentially, this movie takes place between Alien 1 and 2, and I'll go further than that when I go into spoilers. And it gives us a fresh cast of characters, because basically you feel bad for this group of characters, because at the beginning of this movie they're all in a shitty situation, like all of them, and all they want to do is get off this planet and get to a more freer life. They're all young adults. They've realized they don't want to end up like their parents, wasting their life away, right? So they're in this situation, and they're frustrated by everything. And so they make a rash decision that ends up ends up them being on the ship, trapped with unknowingly xenomorphs and facehuggers. And so via that, you care a lot. I mean, one of the girls is pregnant, things like that. You care a lot about these characters, and they're all really great, well performed. Some you care about more than others, but that's just by design, because some of them are going to die. But I think all of them have a nice moment to shine. I think they're all really worth. So I also think this movie is a great newcomer entry, because there are tons of references to the Alien movies. It ties in a lot of great ways. But if you really don't know the Alien lore, this is just a really great movie, and it really works. And I was very surprised by it. Of course, Fede Alvarez, you got to talk about his amazing direction with this movie. There's great cinematography and lighting throughout this entire thing. And what he does really well is he really uses the practical effects to their full advantage. This movie just looks, it sounds great, the atmosphere, the tone, it's everything you want in an Alien movie. Now let's get into spoilers. I will say I really enjoyed the character of Alan, if I remember is right, the android, the main black dude's like an android. I'm forgetting his name. But I think he's great. I think he's great because the moments where he has to be really human and then be really robotic, he plays both really well. And it makes him such a fascinating character because you don't really know if you can trust him at certain points in the movie, and he really worked for that. And just the fact that the group of kids go on the ship from the first Alien movie is such a great freaking concept because basically all these kids just want to use it as an escape from where they're at and not realizing that, oh shit, this is the thing with the xenomorphs and all this shit went down here. They don't know that, but now they're stuck with it. And it leads to a lot of great tension that just really works so well. I think the moments where this movie suffered for me, though, is I liked quite a bit of the moments where it tied into the alien stuff. Like, we got that freaking robot dude from the first Alien movie, kind of just, he's here. You got, being on the ship from the first Alien movie, things like that. That all works. You got lots of references to the company, Wayland and stuff, that works. For me, where this movie really freaking suffers is just, like, shit moments like when Alan jumps down, saves Kaylee Spaney's character, and just goes, "Get away from her, you bitch." And he says it in a robotic way, obviously, because he's a robot and it was supposed to be a joke. But it just, like, why are we doing that? One of the Predators movies did that. Did the get to the chopper, that kind of bullshit. And you're just laughing at it because it's not good. And it's like, why does anybody want that? Yeah, these lines are iconic, but you should be coming up with your own iconic lines instead of just stealing old lines. And it's not funny. It's not interesting. It doesn't make me go, wow, the old movie, ha! No, it just makes me go, fuck you, man. Do your own shit. Other than that, this movie was really great and easily top 3 Alien movie. I mean, unless you really love Prometheus. And I like Prometheus. That's probably number 4, but it doesn't really feel like an Alien movie, and I don't like to consider it one. I like to kind of consider it its own interesting little movie. I know, this is a great movie that had a lot to offer. If you really love the Alien franchise, this is a must. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.